A couple of weeks ago, I talked about the Lubbock Arts Alliance's newest citywide art installation called Delightful Fantasy Flowers by metal artist Glory Hartsfield. And if you look up above me, these are wonderful 13-foot tall, giant, colorful, beautiful metal flower statues that define different pieces of what it means to be happy and delightful. Personally, I'm drawn to Jubilant because the flowers look a lot like columbines, which are one of my very favorite flowers, but they're all just incredible. As part of that video, I talked about some different flowers that are reminiscent of delightful fantasy flowers that you can use in your landscape. And today, I wanted to go through how you could actually implement some of those flowers in different garden designs in a way that would be drought tolerant and ecologically friendly and really good for your home. Now, composite flowers, which are actually made up of lots of individual little flowers that fuse together onto one face, think sunflowers and daisies and a lot of the stuff we've been talking about, lend themselves really well to cottage garden styles. And what I mean by cottage gardens is something like this. Look, there's the cottage, but this is a beautiful design style that is popular all over the world, but I think is really well suited to actually fairly dry climates. Because of the ways you tend to mass flowers in cottage gardens, you can use drought-tolerant species really effectively just by building that color. So here in this picture here, I see some autumn joy sedum, I see rudbeckia behind it, maybe some phlox back there, cosmos, and a lot of other flowers that, again, look very much like these delightful fantasy flower installations, but work well together in the landscape. Here's a great way you can use things like echinacea and Shasta daisies and other plants that are colorful. You can mix and match colors. White tends to be sort of a free color in the landscape. It just brightens it up, so you can mix it in with a lot of other things. But contrast tends to be what you want to go for in these types of landscapes. But maybe you don't want to plant 30 species of flowers and keep up with deadheading them and collecting seed and all of that. Let me show you another way you can approach this. Using just a few of these bright, colorful composite flowers, or mallows in this case, like this pavonia, in front of a backdrop of foliage and colorful, lush other plants is really, really effective. So again, we have pavonia here in the foreground. In the back, we have some Russian sage, we have coleus, some grasses, and some Turk's cap in the back. Here's a little bit more of a zoomed out view of how those masses of flowers really work together to catch the eye, especially if you're putting this up near the road where people are driving by in a hurry. We tend to call that 60-mile-an-hour color because it's what you see at 60 miles an hour. Here are some marigolds. Again, there's more coleus. There are American beautyberry in the background of this, along with basil and a lot of other things. You have a lot of options to mix and match. But at the end of the day, you're going for the effect that you like in the landscape. Just making good plant choices, colorful plants with lots of contrast that are well suited to your environment is a great way to be really successful in your landscape without using more resources than we really need to. So if you're in Lubbock, Texas, for whatever reason, I strongly encourage you to go look at these displays. Again, they're all over town. I've got one more video coming up where we'll actually look at some of these up close, or closer, they're along the highway. And they're beautiful and just so impressive, and Glory did such a wonderful job on these. And so thanks to the Lubbock Arts Alliance for bringing things like this to our city and all the partners that worked on this project. It's really something special, and I hope that you'll take the time to go see it.